I live painted for the 5th time this past weekend, and I thought to myself, what am I going to talk about in regards to that? Then I had another thought and said, I'm going to talk about one of my number one do's and don'ts when it comes to live painting. Now, I've live painted at a beer fest, festival, church, children's museum, and I think I picked up a few things along the way. So I'm going to share those things while I'll show you what I live painted this past weekend. Let's jump right in. And let's start off on a positive note with the number one do. Well, it's all positive if you think about it. Anyways, the number one do is plan. You want to plan what you're going to make. That way you have something in mind. This is from the canvas to how long it takes. That's the time, the materials that you choose, the subject that you paint, and also not being afraid to practice beforehand. If this is your first time doing a live painting, it's okay to practice beforehand. Because if you're not sure how long it's going to take to do something, practice beforehand so that you're not up there painting something and you don't finish it when you plan to finish it. And speaking of planning to finish a painting during a live painting, is some people don't. Some people don't plan to finish it. And it'll show more of like a work in progress thing. That's not me. I like to finish a live painting when I'm doing it. I think that adds to the fun of it, because then the viewers get to see the progress of what was made from the beginning all the way to the end. Now, if you choose to not finish it and you do like a work in progress thing, that's okay too, because that's technically still a live painting. That is all right. So when you're planning your materials, what kind of materials are you going to use? Now, for me, before I did like one of my first or second live paintings, I mostly focused on oil paint. And then everyone knows, a lot of people know, that takes much longer to dry. And it's really not suitable for live painting. Therefore, I had to switch gears to acrylic paint. And acrylic paint is fantastic when it comes to live painting. That's because the characteristics of acrylic is that it dries so much faster. And so I played towards that. And which leads me to the next part of the planning is time. How long will you be painting for? Will it be 2 hours? Will it be 1 hour? Will it be 3 hours? For me, most of my live paintings that I've done were 3-hour periods, which was good because I was able to utilize that 3 hours in enough time. Now, sometimes I think a few times I went a little bit over time, probably like 15, 20 minutes. That's all right too. There's little grace period. There's little room in there to go over, and that's okay too. And so when you're planning as well, for me, what I did with some of those paintings is I would prepare them before the day of the live painting. Therefore, sometimes I will lay my sketch out, or I just paint the background. So yeah, that's the time that you choose. Then also the materials that you choose as well. Then also think about your subject. What kind of subject are you painting? Is it abstract? Is it realism? Think about the subject that you're painting. And if you're already painting a certain thing, you're sort of used to that. And then also your canvas. What kind of canvas are you choosing? What size? For me, I really love large canvases. The reason for that is because when I'm at an event and I'm live painting, I want people to see it from across the room. Wherever I want people to see it. It also makes it more fun too. Simply being able to paint something large. People like seeing large arts, large pieces and things of that sort. So if you're painting on something small, I think it's going to be harder for people to engage in, and it's going to create less of an experience for them. Now let's talk about the number one don't. The don't when it comes to live painting is don't expect exact. Don't expect what you plan to be exactly what comes out, because it's not. That's with anything. Even when you're in the studio, even when I'm in the studio, whatever I plan doesn't fully come out the way I planned it. And that's good too, especially when we're in an environment and this environment is live. Music is being played, people are walking around, loud noises. We can't expect to do exactly what we had planned. And that's okay and that's good. Now, if you're someone who needs it to be exact, then maybe live painting is not your ideal space. And that's all right. Because live painting is for some people who kind of enjoy that sort of entertainment, fun atmosphere. Be okay with making mistakes while you're painting. Embrace those mistakes. There's something special about that. I think we've all seen paintings or drawings, digital art, and things like that where we looked at it and said, there's something about this that's not controlled, and that's what makes it special. Now, those are the do's and don'ts when it comes to live painting. I hope you took something away from this. And I think if you were to take one main thing away from live painting, is to simply jump in and experience it for yourself. That way, you can take those things and experience that you learned and apply it to the next time. I think the more you do it, the better it's going to get. Don't overthink it. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.